Alright fellas, welcome back to another video. This is our second deer hunting video of 2025. It is like 4:10, way too late to be climbing in a stand, if I'm being honest, but I got off work early enough today where I'm like, we're gonna try it. Ran home, threw on my First Lite quarter zip, the hat I wore to work, and Realtree original pajama pants, and muck boots. And we're headed to the doe place, speeding down to the doe place. We're gonna shoot a doe today. It's gonna happen, I'm telling you, hopefully. If I don't get winded this time, if you saw that in the last video. So, yeah. Also, big news popped up on the cameras last night. Mr. Krabs, one of the two main target bucks from last year, is alive. Both target bucks from last year showed up last night. Mr. Krabs is alive. He has actually gotten a little smaller. He's going downhill. He lost his kickers, and his crab claw got a little bit bigger, but I'm pretty sure it's him. It's the first picture we've got of him since like January, December. So, yeah, since last season. Didn't get anything over the summer, didn't get anything early season. But that was kind of how it was last year. We got like a one velvet pick of him, and then he lit up during the rut and post-rut last year. That car has a fully flat tire. Mercy. So, yeah, Mr. Krabs is alive and well. The Big Six was the other deer that popped up last night. The Big Six is actually a Big 8 now. But he went from like a giant 6 to like a pretty good 8. It's like a 145, 150 inch 8 point. But his inside spread, he's got probably a 22 inch inside spread. And his G2s are where a normal deer's like G4s would be. And his G4s are like where a normal deer's non-typical points would be. It's ridiculous. Like, he's really, the amount of space between his brow tines and his G2s is ridiculous. That's kind of how it was last year. I mean, he was shaped, there was two of them, they're almost identical, but we only really seen one, I think, this year on camera. Last year they were 6 points. They were forward-facing forkhorns, like giant forkhorns with little brow tines. This year, they're giant forward-facing 3-pointers with little brow tines. I mean, like, weird shape, but they're good deer, and he put on a ton of mass. The one that we've been seeing put on a ton of mass, added 2 extra tines, and he put a little bit on his brows. I'll give him that. Mr. Krabs, there's only one picture from the side. I'm not sure if he has his other brow tine this year. Last year he was missing a brow tine and had 2 kickers, and the only picture we've gotten of him was a side profile that looked like his rack shape that had a crab claw and almost an identical rack shape. And everything from the side angle, from the side profile. But I could not see his kickers. He had 2 or 3 little baby kickers last year. I'm going to need more to know. But the Big Six is alive. He's now an 8. At least one of the 2 is. Mr. Krabs, we believe, is alive. And the Big 11 is alive too. This will be our third, maybe fourth season with the Big 11. So we don't know if the Famous 7 is dead. The Famous 7's like 9 or 10 years old if he's alive. We saw him last year at 8 or 9. My dad's had a lot of history with that deer. He's a big old 7-point, high and tight 7. But I don't know. None of those deer on this property. The only real target buck here is the double main beam buck. But he is tiny. I mean, tiny. He's just kind of cool, and if it's not going to kill anybody if he gets another 3 years, but he's probably a 2-year-old. But he's got 2 main beams. He's really cool. But I'm really chasing a doe tonight. We have had a couple decent little bucks on camera out here the last couple of nights. We've only got 3 cell cams between the 2 properties, so it's real hard saying. But a lot of doe movement last night. We had this huge cold front and storm front come through a couple days ago, and that's really helped us out a lot. Huge cold front, storm front came through the Midwest. Would have been Saturday night? No. Saturday night? Yeah. Middle of the day, Saturday night. Huge cold front and storm front. It's starting to heat back up. but the rain came through and the temperatures have dropped. Yesterday was going to be, I mean, the conditions on paper were fantastic, but the wind was blowing about 50, and it was a torrential downpour in the morning hunt and windier than hell in the evening hunt. And right now it's blowing like 30. I will say it is blowing, and but the wind is perfect for the stand I'm going to today. So I'm hoping we got a chance. We get a shot. There's a little bit of a gust. Hopefully it's a close one. Hopefully it's a close shot because there's a little bit of wind, just a hair, but the wind is perfect. I know I'm not getting winded tonight, but can I hit anything? We'll see. We will see. If they're gonna come out, or I think they're gonna come out, the wind is gonna be dead in my face for the shot. But I'm hoping the trees around will break it just a fraction and give me a little help here. So we're about to the property, fellas. It's about a 30-minute, 45-minute drive, or about 30 from my house, about 45 from where I was the other day when I came in here. And we're gonna hop up over here. A little bit longer walk than last time. We're hunting a different stand. The wind would be fine for the stand we hunted, but I just don't feel like there's gonna be that many deer where I was sitting, and where I'm sitting tonight is where the 3 does and the spike were at the other morning. And there's just a little more. If there's deer at the other stand tonight from where I sat the other day, and there's deer there, I can see that stand, then we'll game plan for our next evening hunt there. And then neither of these stands are anywhere close to where the camera is. But the camera and the stand by the camera is like it's like 1,100 yard walk. And if I had more time this evening, if it wasn't almost 4:30, I would slip in there, but not today. So, long intro. I'm real good at that one, fellas. I'll pick you guys up in the stand. It's going to be tough getting in here, but we are going to try, man. Got to be real slow coming into the field, make sure there's nothing out, and then once I get out there, cut across. Hopefully the wind will cover me up a little bit. That wind, man. I'm trying to figure the direction. Just by looking, I'll feel, but it looks like it's going to be about right. So, yeah. Alright, fellas, we are in the stand. The wind is howling, but it's not a terrible wind, so we're going to deal with it. We are like 11 yards from when those deer popped out the other morning. So hopefully they pop out again for us. So, yeah. Hopefully this wind dies down a little bit as we get closer to good light. We up in the saddle, baby. Let's hope something happens. Well, I say the saddle, but we're in a ladder stand, but we're still hunting, baby. So let's see if we get something on the ground this evening. Hopefully I pick you guys up. I gotta have shots fired. Alright, first deer have been spotted. We got 4 does at about 600 yards. But, they're in the field, so. And I'm hoping it's the group that lives back here, and that they just come all the way across naturally and just come right up in here. So we'll see. I think that's what's gonna happen. I'm hoping that's what's gonna happen. If that is the 3 does and a spike, they will hopefully come down through here, and I can get a shot on one of the big does. This wind is howling, man, but they are straight up wind, so that helps us a lot. We'll see what happens, man. We got like 40 minutes till prime time. About an hour 40 left of the sit. Alright, fellas, I'm right at the start of prime time. I've seen 8 deer, 6 does, a spike, and a very solid buck that's doing a little bit of chasing, seeking action over there across the field. He's a good deer. I mean, he's a 135, 140 inch deer, I'd say. He's a good deer. I'd love for him to come over here, but every deer I've seen's been across and tucked away. So see if there's any stands over there, because I'm seeing a lot more deer over there than I have in these two stands in the last two sets. So I'm gonna talk to him about that. I'm hoping some doe pops out of this little corner here. That'd be great. That'd be really helpful. So we're gonna stay peeled, man. Stay peeled. Maybe that big buck will make a trek across this field or something. So yeah, keep our eyes out. Alright guys, so headed home right now. Never had anything come close to being in range, and so yeah. Saw a good amount of deer in the part of the field that I couldn't see on my way out, and there was also some more deer out in another field on my way out as well. So looking at some maps, a tree stand map that my dad sent me, we're gonna be sitting in a spot I've never sat at this place. I've had the same two stands I've really hunted hard the last 3 years, and well, there's other stands that are looking like they would pan out a hell of a lot better for me right now. So we're gonna hit those stands next time I hunt there. So yeah, not giving up on that property, if I'm being honest with you. I will probably hunt there most sits until like lockdown, peak rut, because I've got to go to my rut stand. It produces so many amazing encounters every year, and one of these times it's not just going to produce an encounter, it's going to produce a good buck. So it's got to. It's produced encounters, swings and misses, wounds. It's gotta bring me something special one of these hunts, and it's done me some glory. I need this car to get off my asshole as well. I'm sure you can see their lights in the back window there. This car is so far up my ass, it's not funny. He can smell what I had for breakfast. I don't know what he's doing. It's not a cop. It's not. I'm going 50. It's not the game warden. I didn't shoot anything. And I'm bow hunting, so I'm not illegal. Even though I'm a minor, it's a bow, it's not a gun. He hasn't lit me up yet anyway. Get off of me! So, I'll pick you guys up in the next sit. Alright guys, tomorrow is Saturday, so you would think, oh, I'm going to hunt Saturday morning. No, we're not hunting at all tomorrow. I'm spending the day with my girlfriend. There's a lot going on, so I'm spending the day with her. But, sending my dad on a mission, do a little prep work. Boom, boom. Ground blinds coming into play this weekend. I will have my girlfriend in the stand with me, or in the blind, I guess, with me, for at least the evening hunt Sunday. So, the reason for this is she likes hunting. Obviously, she shot that buck last year, and she's going to be going out with her dad again at some point this year to try to get her another deer, but get her second deer, but she's going to come sit with me. Little bow hunting date. I plan on taking her crossbow hunting, maybe this year, maybe next year, and public land hunting. And she might even learn how to pull a compound. So yeah, she's kind of into it, it seems like, and I like that. So, but she is going to be. So I won't be vlogging with her with me, but she's gonna try to record a kill shot if I get a shot opportunity. So. And we're setting these ground blinds where there is no tree stands, where these deer have been moving at the doe place. So we get this set up properly tomorrow. I like our odds Sunday night of getting a deer down. Never killed a deer with a bow out of a ground blind. Never killed a deer with a bow out of a tree stand. I only killed one deer with a bow, was a doe, and I killed it out of an elevated box blind. Homemade elevated box blind. So are we gonna knock off ground blind before we knock off tree stand? More than likely. That'd be great. So yeah. That'd be Sunday. Working on a lot of truck stuff right now, so I want to do a full truck vlog at some point. So I don't know when. I'm gonna start it soon. So yeah. And for that video, I probably won't do any like footage like this in it till the end of that video, but I'll use all of the Snapchat and Instagram stuff for the start of that video. So the truck build is in progress. We got more stuff coming. We had something come today. I have more stuff coming next week. So putting in those hours at work and putting it right back into the truck, into the content, into the equipment. So yeah, busted out 2 of the old ground blinds. I believe I shot a doe out of one of these with a shotgun a couple years ago. So yeah, I've definitely hunted in both of these. My dad's 2 ground blinds that he's got. So yeah, but we're gonna do a bow hunt out of one of these this weekend. So yeah, I will pick you guys up next time we are hunting. Alright, fellas, it is Tuesday, October 28th, and I'm headed to the tree, or to a blind, to the ground blind outside with my girlfriend, because, we're gonna go kill a deer this morning, alright? Something's dying today, in this ground blind. Something's got to hit the bucket, or hit the dirt and kick the bucket this morning. I'm going to give you a quick recap of the hunt with my girlfriend. Pain, heartbreak, stress, getting pissed off, eventful. It's not like I missed or anything, but saw six shooters, and 4 or 5 does. Had deer in range, had deer well in range, does in range, bucks in range, does working and getting spooked, bucks working and getting spooked, does too close to even pick up my bow. Heartbreak of deer spooking when they shouldn't have spooked. We had, I think it was 5 different opportunities get blown by deer spooking, and not a one spooked because of me and my girlfriend. We had deer spooking deer out there. I mean, we had a buck scare the group of does that was close. We had something in the woods scare a buck that was close. Saw some big bucks. Had a couple little shooters that were real close. I mean, heartbreak, man. Something should have died that night. But I'm headed back to that blind. It's a morning hunt, not as confident. But it's mainly just to clear out the ground and make it a little bit quieter in there for me and my girlfriend to slip in that this weekend. But I'm not sure if I want to hunt this blind this weekend because of what happened the last 2 nights. Okay, so the big 6 from last year, he's been around. There's 2 of them, right? The smaller one that we now know, I thought was an absolute stud. I mean, he blew up from last year, added a point on each side, and blew up to a 140-inch deer. Well, the other one showed up 2 nights ago, looking like about one of the biggest deer I've ever gotten on trail camera. Bigger than Mr. Krabs from last year. An absolute giant. Huge. 21 inches inside. Easy. Ridiculous mass. Tacked on, I think he's at 9 point now. I mean, just ridiculous deer. So both 6s are alive, and they're both studs. Especially the one is a stud. I'll probably throw some pictures in here if I remember to while I'm editing. So yeah, that's not even what got me most excited. That was 2 nights ago. That deer showed up 2 nights ago, hit a scrape, and then came back, hit the same scrape last night. But another deer came back last night and crossed my camera about 4 minutes after legal light from a direction where I have a stand about 80 yards. If he would have crossed that. This deer is a deer I like to call Mr. Krabs. Mr. Krabs showed up last night for the first time that we can 100% confirm the deer is him since December of last year. I thought Mr. Krabs is dead. He was a ghost all summer, and he's been a ghost all year, except for 2 pictures that we have suspected could be him, but we couldn't tell. And yesterday when I got that picture, I knew it was him. He is same size, if not smaller. He's old, man. He is 6 to 7 to 8 years old. He is an old deer. Because I thought he was 4 last year. I really did. But he has lost hind length, lost mass. His crab claw is teeny tiny now, and he lost his kickers. But it's him. Like, his rack is identical, just without the kickers and a little bit smaller. And he's looking old in the face. So Mr. Krabs is back. The big 6s are giant. Skipper is dead because I shot Skipper. Tall Brow's dead. The neighbor shot Tall Brow. My brother shot the drop time buck. It's the 6s of Mr. Krabs, just like last year. Same freaking deer as last year are the targets right now. But I'm getting close to the property. I'm going to put you guys down, and I'll pick you fellers up in the blind. I can get in there pretty early, which is good. I need to start getting my sets a little earlier so that I'm not spooking deer. So, yeah. I'm like 40 minutes early today, which is great. I need to start doing that more often. I've always been good about getting in early for turkey, but then, like, cutting across the field for deer, like, literally during legal light. I don't know why, but there's a deer right there. I don't know if you guys can see this or not because of my phone. Buck! It's a good buck! You head that direction, my guy. You just keep... Alright, I hope I see him in an hour. I mean, I'm just down the road from the property. Still, it's good to see bucks in this area. I did a ton of conservation on this property last year, and it's based off a couple of the hunts I've had this year. It's paying off. The numbers look the best they've looked out here since I've hunted here. And the numbers and deer quality is looking the best it ever has at the other place. So, yeah. All the trapping and what few coyotes, foxes have been able to pick off is really starting to pay off. And obviously me helping my dad in the off season and being able to jump into a management role last year, this summer, has been great. So now I know you're saying you're not in a management role, you're gonna shoot the first deer that walks in front of you. Well, I still haven't killed an archery buck. Like, there's points, fellas. I still haven't killed an archery buck. Okay, so my standards aren't that high, and a couple does could come off these places comfortably anyway. Like a doe a piece off these properties is going to be good for the property, especially at the other place. This is the only one I can just legally kill a doe at. The other one could comfortably lose a doe, and this one is going to be fine without one. So the other one could honestly use a doe down or two. The neighbors really told us to get on some does because they're not going to. I think they don't hunt a ton. I'm here, so I'm going to put you guys down, throw on my gear, and hike across this. I got like a 850 to 1,000 yard walk. So see you next week, I reckon. So yeah, but I'm here. Pick you fellas up in the blind. Got 5 deer out in the field. I just had two does that busted me in car the other day. Popped back out again, and I had one at 20 yards broadside, and I was literally hand on release, lighted knocked, and she got busted by apparently the other deer in the field, which now 2 of them are eating and one of them's tail up.
pissed off, frustrated. I can't understand why. It just doesn't ever come together. That deer, the whole time she was out in this field, did not look at me in this blind. These three are still out here, but I think it's just a big doe and a couple yearlings. So, and that doe just had to fucking blow. Her and her companion left, and then made the other deer out in the field spooky. But the other deer were already spooky because there was a coyote crossing when I saw when these does pop out to my right. There was a coyote crossing to my left. So, I don't really know what's going on, man. I'm pissed off. I can't get it to come together for the life of me. Well, I know it spooked this does. Coyote came out about 40 yards to my left. I was really hoping he was about to run in front of me, but he didn't. So. Yeah. It's just my luck, man, having another hunt ruined by coyotes. It'll really make you question why you're out here. I have a lot of those moments, man. Seems like every time I come on this, by the end of the hunt, I wind up questioning why the fuck I'm even out here. It's hard. It's hard. This shit kicks my ass day in and day out. I don't know. I just don't know. 10th hunt of the season. 10th hunt since my last harvest. 201 hunts. Since my last archery harvest. That's the world we live in right now. Makes me want to hang it up, man. Those does are back on the left. They got over their coyote fear. I need these does to get over their coyote fear and get their ass back out here. For the love of Christ. Is that a deer? No, that's a stick. We'll see. I rattled and that coyote came trotting over. And then stopped. Turned around and left. So. These deer are closer than they were when the coyote came out. So. We'll see. Well, guys, as you can see, I'm in the truck. I gotta go home, change, put my stuff up, and then head to school, sadly. Another heartbreaker of a hunt right there. I mean, I had that doe at 20 yards, man. Lighted knock was knocked. Like I turned it on. Rangefinder and phone were down. Hand on release, other hand on the bow. I mean, 20 yards broadside. I needed 2 more steps for her to be perfect broadside. I could have shot her quartering 2, but I mean, she never looked. She didn't seem spooky, so I'm like, why not wait? Give her 1 more step. She's gonna be perfectly in front of me, and I'm gonna have a broadside shot at 23 yards. Gets busted by a coyote. I got 2 more does working on my left. They get to about 40, and they just kind of straightened out and walked across. I mean, they were angling like they're going to come out about 40 yards, my left lane, and then they just kind of angled and crossed my lane at about 80. So, season of ass kickery. I mean, season archery. Man, I mean, I keep my stats on how long it takes. All right. Average sit. I do about 3-hour sits. All right. Shooting light was at 9:47 today, or 6:47. It is 9:50. I do about 3-hour sits. And with that, it has been 10 sits since my last harvest, because this was the 10th sit of the year. And we ended last year tagging out on a buck. Shotgun both tags, tagged out both of the gun. It has been 201 hunts since my last archery kill. That doe killed the doe in mid-October, early October. I think mid-October. 2023 was the last time I shot a deer with a bow. It was a doe. How many hunts has it been since I shot an archery buck? 0 have been shot. So 314 hunts of no archery buck. That's how many archery hunts I have done in my life, and this is season 4. So yeah. I mean, the first 2 seasons, couldn't drive, couldn't do anything. So, I mean, we're talking 4 sits every weekend of deer season. Morning, evening. Taking a couple days off school here and there. Morning, evening. I mean, we racked them up, man. First 2 seasons. And then last season, we had over 150 sits. I was hunting every day. Yeah, last season. Every day after school. I was leaving school at 2. I was hunting. Every day. Almost all season. And then on the weekends, we were hitting morning, evening. This year, the 28th. And we've only done 10 sits. Because spending a lot of time with my girlfriend, being a little more hunting smarter, not harder. I've skipped a lot of times when I could have hunted, but conditions were bad, didn't make sense to even get out there. And that's caused for a lot more good encounters and opportunities this year, and just not getting encounters and possible opportunities, and just not getting a good one. I mean, passed some deer early on this year, and now I'd kill for something. So we're in the early stages of seek and chase and pre-lock right now. Yeah. Cameras didn't do much. I only got 3 cell cams right now, so it's tough. I spent a good 10-15 cleaning up the blind, brushing it in a little bit better, and cleaning out the ground of it so that I make less noise when I go to turn or when I pick up my bow. So it's Tuesday. Won't be able to hunt again until Friday. Thanksgiving, Halloween day, Friday. Do a morning hunt, then I'll go to work. And then we'll hunt Saturday and Sunday. And then I'm not going to work or school on Monday, and we're going to do evening and morning sits. That's going to be about peak estrus. That's going to be November 3rd. So we're going to have 4 days of solid hunting, hard hunting, coming up at the end of the week. I just got to get through the week. I might go to run home, do a couple things, and then I'll probably go to school. Maybe. I will, but. And then go to work. Just keep getting stuff done around my house. I'm getting a ton of stuff done around the house on my phone. Keep getting stuff done. This never ends. I'll pick you guys up unless something shows up crazy on the cameras in between. Pick you guys up Friday morning on the way to the stand. Alright, fellas, I'm in the truck. It is Thursday, October 30th, the day before Halloween, day before my next hunt, the night before my next hunt. I'm on my way home from work right now. It's 10:30, so we put in some good time today. About 10 hours. And, I mean, as you can tell by the work hoodie and work hat and glasses. I am going to, no school tomorrow, for everyone, and I'm going to skip work tomorrow, hunt Saturday, hunt Sunday, and call into school and work. Monday, we're going to go 4 straight days, 8 hunts, and if we can't make something happen in these next 8 hunts, peak rut, pretty much, something's wrong. Something's dying in this 4-day stretch. Something will die, I'm telling you right now. 4-day stretch, something's hitting the bucket, hitting the dust, and kicking the bucket, man. Maybe tomorrow morning, maybe tomorrow night. Tomorrow morning, or both hunts tomorrow, I'm going to my best rut spot, and then Saturday morning, I'm going to my best rut spot, and then Saturday night, I'm going with my girlfriend to our blind, and then Sunday morning, best rut spot, Sunday night, blind, and then both hunts Monday will be in the rut spot as well. So I realistically think good buck in the rut, doe this weekend, 2 deer. Now, what do I want to do? At least one of those 2 things need to happen this weekend, if I'm being honest. If nothing dies in this 4-day period, I'm about out of motivation for this deer season, man. So I'll pick you guys up on the way to the property tomorrow morning. So I got some stuff I need to do when I get home before the hunt. So I'll do those, but I need to get to bed decent because I got to get up to hunt, obviously. Well, fellas, I am just got done eating lunch. I did go out this morning, and for the sake of the length of the video, I just didn't record anything. I literally didn't see any deer to record or report back on anyway. So, yeah, nothing. Literally didn't see a deer. So we're going back out this evening, and maybe we'll see something. Cameras have been on fire, dude. Big bucks, does on the places where I can shoot does. I mean, I like my odds this weekend. But I just met one of my biggest inspirations in the outdoors. I was at lunch with my great uncle, and we met Don Higgins. Okay, now Don Higgins lives in my area. I actually drive through his hometown every time I go to my girlfriend's house, but that's a good 30 minutes away. And he doesn't really, I don't think he lives there anymore, but he was at the restaurant. Don Higgins, he's been on the cover of North American Whitetail, I think twice now. He's been on Whitetail Cribs. He's got a show. He does property consulting. He killed a handful of 200-inch deer. Like, he's just one of the legends in whitetail hunting. And he was at the little hole-in-the-wall restaurant I was at for lunch. So that was really cool to meet him. Probably one of the biggest names in outdoors I've ever met in my life. Yeah, probably the biggest name in the outdoors I've ever met in person. I had a conversation one time with Braden Price on Instagram DMs, because he when he does his Illinois hunts, he's like an hour from me. When he comes to where he hunts with the Stay family, Tanner Stay, and they Stay Grounded, that family. When he comes down and hunts Illinois, they're like an hour from me. In one of the videos he does, he plays the shooting game at Shields, and that is the Shields I go to. It's about an hour and a half from my house, and so he's on there, and he's been in that Shields a handful of times. He was in that Shields around the time I was there. I just never seen him, but I did just meet Don Higgins. So that was really, really cool. And yeah, we will. I'll pick you guys up in the stand, or maybe not, depending on what happens. So yeah, see you guys in a little bit. We got blood drawn, baby. He was under my stand. Okay, G5 Megavite Merciful. G5 wins. Okay, we got about an hour left of the hunt. Alright, I know you can't see me right now because I'm not in my truck. I don't have my little light thing. We are 6 hunts into the 8 hunt weekend. Have done, I think, 4 of them with my girlfriend. And nothing has died. So we have started to name the Oakland deer. The place where I can shoot does anywhere now, but I'm hesitant. I'll tell you why. So the other place deer we have started to name, we have Marianne and Wanda. All right, they're the best of friends all through their high school days. A pair of does. They've busted us like 8 times. Like every fucking hunt, they've busted us. So hitless deer, the hitless does, Marianne and Wanda. The buck that we had the really good encounter with that was chasing a doe last weekend, his name is Earl. I also was legit probably 4 inches from putting him in the ground with the old truck last night. He ran right out in front of us when we were pulling out of the place, and he about died. And then we have Sparkle. Sparkle is a unicorn spike. Alright, and then Pixie is a forkhorn, and then there is Larry the lobster. He looks just like Mr. Krabs, but he's on the other property, which is like 26 miles away, so it's definitely not Mr. Krabs, especially because Mr. Krabs is on camera tonight at the other piece. He's back. He comes around us for the rut. So Larry the lobster, Mr. Krabs' twin. Mr. Krabs, the Big 8, a couple other decent bucks have been showing up daily, and the Big 8 has now daylighted twice. Mr. Krabs daylighted tonight, and another good 130-inch 8-point hit the scrape by my stand this morning while I was in the other property. And that's the stand I'm going to in tomorrow morning, and then I'll go to the other property tomorrow night, more than likely. Because, our first encounter with Larry was one of the craziest deer I've ever been on. It was with my girlfriend. We used our doe decoy as like a turkey fan, you know, when you're stalking with a turkey fan, because there were like 8 deer in the field at like 2:30 when we got through there. And we literally used that decoy to get all the way across the 1,100-yard walk from one end of the field to the other with Larry watching us the whole time, and he never spooked. He eventually, after we had literally got the decoy set up and got into the blind, then he walked into the woods. And then he actually came back out, chased a doe in the same field in the same night, and then hit the camera later in the night. And then we went back there this morning, had a similar situation. We got in there a little bit later than we wanted to in the morning, and used it to go from one end of the plot to the other, or end of the field to the other, without spooking a couple does, and they didn't spook. And then Larry popped out at like 7 o'clock at like 800 yards, and then it ran a doe for like 10 minutes, and then chased the doe, and they were hauling right at us, and got to about 100 yards, and turned and just skirted us at about 100. Good gun range. Larry could die with a gun tonight. And then the rest of the hunts have just been pretty basic, you know, some does, and we've seen some shooters, and so yeah, a lot has gone on. But we are 6 hunts into the 8 hunt weekend where I said one was going to die, and we are lowering the standards at officially that time of the year. It is time to lower the standards. There's Chris, I work with him. I think that's him. I assume that's him. We're lowering the standards. I will shoot a spike, okay? And here is why. Again, we're at 16 hunts into the season now. So that's like 340 now without an archery buck. Like 117, I think, since our last archery kill. 16 since our last kill. I just got to get an archery buck on the ground, and that is all I care about. I don't care how big it is, obviously, besides the button buck. And, or a doe. I will take a doe. But here's why I'm hesitant to take a doe. Even though it is open for me to take a doe on the one property now, I can legally do it. Here's why I'm hesitant. And here's why I don't like Amish people hunting next to me. Amish neighbor. I don't really have to tell you his name. You can probably guess his last name about 3 attempts. They're all the same one. Shot 2 does in one hunt. Filled 2 doe tags in the middle of the rut. And it's not like me trying to get just archery kills because I haven't really killed anything with a bow. No, I mean, like, the guy kills deer every year, like multiple deer every year. He killed 2 does in the middle of the rut, in the same hunt, in a bad population area. So if I shoot a doe, it's gonna be on the Oakland piece. If I'm being honest, I mean, 2 does in one hunt. Are you kidding me? Like, it's ridiculous. So I'm not thrilled about that. He's kind of ruining a lot of stuff, which we have Amish people, we're like the only non-Amish people in our whole block, and they ruin it every year. Either, like, I had an Amish guy, he shot 2 spikes in a season with a crossbow. One of them in the liver with a crossbow during youth shotgun. And he had a kid he just didn't take hunting. And he shot a spike. They never found it. If you guys were around for that hunt, the spike dropped the crossbow bolt in my food plot, and I watched it walk away. I literally passed it before I knew it was shot. Like, I don't get you. And he's like grown dude. The neighbors shot my target buck 3 years ago. One of the target bucks, the tall brow buck, he got shot by the neighbors, by the Amish. And another buck that got shot by the Amish. I passed like a 120-inch deer last year. Passed him with a gun. It was after my first buck. Would have shot him with a bow happily. Passed him with a gun, and like 10 minutes later, he got shot by the neighbors with a gun. None of these are like. I'm gonna add. These are not youth hunters, and these are not like beginner hunters. Like, these are like career-long hunters, and they're Amish. I mean, stupid. So, well, we're gonna try in the morning. Hunt number 7 of the weekend, so 17 of the season, and I don't know how many in this video, like 8 now or something, like 10. I don't know. I'll pick you guys up in the morning and hopefully something happens, because I'm losing hope, losing faith. It's only the 2nd of November, and it's been a struggle. Killed a squirrel though. That's big time. G5 megabeat per squirrel. So yeah, I'll pick you guys up tomorrow, or might keep this whole. If it's not interesting, don't put it in the video stuff, because it's going to help us shorten this video up a little bit. But yeah, I'll pick you guys up tomorrow. Hopefully something dies. Alright guys, I'm going to give it another 40 minutes, something like that. Not a ton of time. Because it's just not working out. We saw one little yearling doe, too small to shoot, like 20 minutes into legal light, and have not seen a deer since. Cameras picked up some deer at the other property, but obviously I'm not there. And yeah, one thing I am going to do in between hunts today, considering it is a Monday, I'm not going to school. I'm not going to see my girlfriend today. In between hunts, there's like a couple things I want to do, like around the house. But I really have my heart set on making my return to streaming for the first time in like 3 months, and doing a little Call of the Wild stream. And just, I had goals recently in that game. It just fell off the wagon, but I'm gonna hop back on the somewhere my First Light Merino will be as well. It's not camo, it's the tan one. I want to get the camo one before next season. And yeah, but second year running First Light gear. I love it. I was wearing Bottomlands to start the season. I was wearing my turkey camo, but it's getting brown enough now where First Light makes a little more sense. It's a little bit warmer gear too. I've got my Realtree original sweatpants on underneath my First Light pants and a black First Light hoodie on underneath this hoodie. So yeah, it's just not looking good for this morning, man. Deer hunting is just beating and battering me. It's just rough. It's hard. It's really hard. That buck, I thought he was gonna come in here again, hit this scrape. He didn't. There's been a group of does that likes to come through here. They have not been through here. Just that little yearling doe. I don't know where I'm gonna sit tonight. I kind of want to go to the other property and sit somewhere else besides the blind, sit a little bit closer where they've been coming out. But also another part of me, let's just go stay up here and go back across the river where the rut spot is, and just hope something happens there too. It's just hard. Conditions are so good. Deer cast is showing great. Like, it's just hard to stay motivated when you're not killing her. But yeah, I'll pick you guys up if something happens, but more than likely I'll pick you up this evening. I got a bloody arrow. There's hair on it. There's blood on it. I think we have a doe down. I did not hear or see her crash. But I'm pretty freaking confident. I think I hard punched her. I'm gonna climb back up and get my stuff, and I'll pick up the trail here soon. Well guys, I got the arrow right here. Blood on it. I actually changed the broadhead to a Mega Meat. I went and bought a pack of Mega Meats. We got on blood. Pretty good blood. Followed her for about 40 yards and bumped her. She stood up an hour and 10 minutes after what I thought was a hard punch. Looking at everything, we don't have any footage, but looking at the arrow, the blood, the fact she got up, we think I hit below everything, high enough to where it made the thud, and looked like it actually got a pass through and didn't just like slip under, but low enough to where it missed everything. So, and my buddy wounded a giant tonight, hit it high in no man's land. And then evening hunt, I sat with my dad. He took off work to come sit with me. It's been a pretty rough day outside of that too, with a lot of stuff going on in my life. And he just wanted to be with me, spend some time with me. We ended up sitting together and had one of our 2 target bucks at the other place, Earl, came in and he winded us. So heartbreaker there. I think I'm going to end this video. I'll pick you guys up for part 3 of this devastating season and devastating run of 3 years of archery hunting. I'm going to pick it back up in a different video. It's just a heartbreak. I think it tearing me up. Not just because I wounded a doe in the middle of the rut. Like, I wouldn't even have thought about shooting at a doe in the middle of the rut if it weren't for the devastation and the pain and the anger and the stress and the everything around bow hunting that has done to me mentally as a hunter and as a creator in the last 3-4 years. So one thing I can assure you though is when I do make it happen, it's going to be emotional, and then I've been saying that for a year now. But same broadhead at number 1, same lighted knock. G5 Mega Meat is at the helm. That squirrel we shot with G5 had a pack left over from last year, and my dad went and bought a 3-pack today. He took one to replace the one that he used when he shot a doe a couple days ago, and then gave me the other 2. Not because I did the afflictors did anything wrong in that situation, but something in my gut is telling me I actually hit that deer good and something went wrong equipment wise. Something's telling me that broadhead didn't open up proper, or it went in, or just the fact that I had a 2-blade caused it to go inside. It was a 2-blade that went in sideways, and it just missed under the heart. And if it would have been up and down or a 3-blade, it wouldn't have done that. It would have hit. But based off everything my dad thinks, I either missed under the heart completely, or I clipped the heart and she will die at some point. If we can confirm that she dies at some point, I will let you guys know. And I will do everything in my power to try to recover, like, the skull. I mean, it's a doe, but like the skull or something. This upcoming shed season, and we will know if she dies this upcoming shed season. But it's not like we didn't lose blood. We followed blood after we bumped her. We followed her again and all the way up to the river, where she apparently crossed. It looks like she crossed. The footprints lead to her crossing. There was a couple good puddles of blood, but it's just a muscle hit, we think. And honestly, her dying is a worst case, because it is a doe that would be nice for her to reproduce. And I didn't really want to shoot doe on that property anyway, but I kind of peer pressure myself into shooting it just to draw blood, and I would shoot it at a doe again. And I got to take about 4 days off of hunting. I'm gonna go back to school, go back to work, and be in the woods on Saturday. But watch the cams, try to get on one of the deer that we're after. Mr. Krabs hit the scrape tonight after hours. We saw Earl tonight in Oakland. That's the deer that winded us. And we saw Larry, our target buck in Oakland. He ran it through the field twice actually. But and we seen some does tonight. Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and get this video thrown together and get it thrown up on the channel, and hopefully next video will have a better outcome. The whole point was supposed to be not ending the video till a deer dies. In the first video, we ended the video on a coyote, and this is the second video that we're ending on a string of unlucky hunts ending in a wounding. And my buddy's wounding is just as sad. I mean, would have been the biggest buck in his life, and he has wounded 2 this year. He hit under one just like I did today, and then he hit one no man's land tonight. A high muscle hit, so it's heartbreaking. I'll let you guys know if I figure out anything about this doe. If she dies, if she lives, we'll try to find out. It's just been it's been devastating, but I'm gonna keep pushing through. It's my I'm trying to think. It's my 3rd wounded deer with a bow. 3 wounds, 4 misses, 1 kill with the bow. I'm batting 1,000. 5 for 5 with a gun. No misses, no wounds with a gun. But archery is just different. It's a different beast. Yeah. I'll pick you guys up in the next video. Thank you for watching, and peace out.